Digital technologies present many possibilities for promoting human rights and freedoms, not least by helping to draw widespread attention to rights abuses. But increasingly, questions arise about the more problematic implications of these technologies for privacy, equality, and other fundamental human rights.
Human rights, its vocabulary, its framework, its vision, provides a basis for restraining the worst intrusions, the worst violations of the digital world, and promoting its best.
So a lot of what we've been trying to think through as we're creating some sort of guidelines is how do we minimize the harms? And along with that comes an ethical responsibility to try and identify what those harms are.
The stakes of what we are discussing, the intersection of digital technologies and human rights, cannot be higher. And at this moment, civil society is playing a unique role as data collectors, as governance makers, as advocates, and also as targets.
Technology has a good side and a bad side. As we develop it, it's going to be part of our life increasingly in every situation. So how can we make sure that it is inclusive and not excluding people, leaving people behind, and furthering the violence?
When it comes to cybersecurity, governments have problems, big companies have problems, we all hear about it, data breaches almost every day, but at least they can go out and hire these large companies to come in and investigate, remediate the problem and so on. But when it comes to civil society, they're basically left hung out to dry.
It can seem like statistical models, machine learning models, AI systems, whatever we want to call it in this case, are objective. They are using data that was collected in some way, but that data itself might encode discrimination, or it might encode things we don't like about the way that society currently operates.
These technologies and the over-reliance on data can tend to normalize our status quo. So our current and unequal society becomes the norm, and then we make things worse from there.
We still have a long way to go in terms of setting up the mechanisms for accountability and redress for AI harms at the government level, at the company level, or even at the research level.
Where I think we are well positioned and where we can play an important role is in the development of technology in a way that's value sensitive, that's rights based, and the development of the governance to apply that technology ourselves.
This articulation of how to apply existing human rights principles in this digital realm into the AI-driven world is the task. We don't need new principles, but we do have hard work ahead to articulate in a compelling way how it applies with respect to freedom of expression, freedom of assembly and association, rights to privacy, equal protection, non-discrimination, all these things. And it is going to be a cross-disciplinary, multi-stakeholder process. That's the only way.